Okay, so let's recap what we did. First, inside of the downloads folder, we changed the cert.dir to cert.ser, CER. And the reason for this is because Android is looking for the .cer extension. Next, we connected to our ADB using our IP address. Mine was 192.168.180. Yours will be different. Again, for ADB, it uses the default port of 5555. We changed our directory to the downloads directory. In the beginning, we did the cert.dir and it wasn't working. So I pushed or sent the file again after doing the name change of dir from dir to .cer for sir. And that was successful. And we know that's successful because if we go to the downloads, we see it here inside the downloads folder, cert.ser. So we were able to successfully push this file from our Intro to Android Security virtual machine to our Android x86 virtual machine. Next, what we did was we installed the cert, and we did that by going to the settings and then typing credential storage. I didn't spell that right, so it's not going to find it. We double clicked on that. I'm going to make this bigger. And then we clicked on install from SD card. And then download, and then you double click on this. And then you need to set up a lock screen. I did a PIN, which is just a 4-digit PIN. And then for the certificate name, we're going to keep it the same, cert.ser. For the credential use, it's going to be VPN and apps. And there's a warning. It's in red. The issuer of this certificate may inspect all traffic to and from the device. That is what we want because this is an interception proxy. So that's what we want. So you're going to press OK. I'm going to press cancel because I already have this set up. So that's fine because I've already have it set up. So if we go to trusted credentials, and we go to user, once you set everything up, once you press OK, it will be put in the user section of the trusted credentials. And this is the PortSwigger. So PortSwigger is the company that created BurpSuite, the proxy that we're going to use. So it's like, okay, so that's done. Next, we went to Burp and we created a new proxy listener by clicking add. And then we set the port to 7000. And we said all interfaces. And then we said, okay, I'm going to press cancel because I already have it set up here. So what it's saying is for any device or website or anything that listens on port 7000, we're going to intercept the traffic. We want to see what traffic you're sending. So that's what that means. Next, we went to the network and we double clicked on Wi-Fi. Okay. Okay, and now I'm going to double click on this. Okay, so next we're going to double click. You see it says connected, no internet, and I'm going to explain why it's saying that. Okay, so we double clicked on Wi-Fi. Now we're going to double click on virtual Wi-Fi, and it's going to open the settings. Now we're going to go to the pencil, and here for proxy it was automatically set to none, but we changed that to manual because again we have this interface running on port 7000. So in the beginning, I had the proxy host as proxy.example.com and it didn't work. So what I needed to do was get the IP address of my intro to Android security virtual machine. And again, this is Linux. So how I did that was I used the if config. In Windows, it will be IP config. So from there, I'm looking for the Etho or Ethernet 0. And my IP address is 192.168.177. Yours will be different. So I set that to my proxy host name, which is the IP address of the Intro to Android Security Virtual Machine. And then the proxy port again is 7000 because we want to listen on everything on port 7000. And we're going to say save. So now we have we have our Android x86 emulator. As long as we hit port 7000, it's going to hit port 7000 because we configured it that way. So anything we do on the Android x86 emulator will be captured inside our BurpSuite. So anything we do here is going to be captured in our Intro to Android Security Virtual Machine. And when I say intercept the traffic, it means anything that is sent to a server, because this is our client. So anything that is sent to a server, we will see that request before it hits the server. Meaning if we want to change that request, we can and then send it to the server. So imagine it as I'm sending a message to another party, and you, as an interception proxy, when I send my message, it goes to you first. You can look at it, and it's like, okay, yeah, this message is fine. And then you forward it to the server. But just imagine if I send a message, and it's like, I hate you. And you're like, no, you really don't hate me. You love me. So I'm going to change this word hate to love. And now I'm going to send it to the server. Interception proxies are very powerful because, again, as I said, you can change the traffic on the fly and then send it to the server, which will create unexpected results or reveal too much things you shouldn't normally see. You can see by doing this. So now, if we go to Google, okay, I went to Google. So as you can see, it has stopped. And it's stopping because I have successfully intercepted the traffic. And it's waiting for me what I want to do. So forward is saying, hey, everything looks good. Forward to the server. Drop is, no, I don't like it. Get rid of it. Action, we have a whole set of things we can do by manipulating and things of that nature. That's a different video. Or you could open it in the browser. Everything looks good, so I'm going to say forward. And I'm going to say forward. And I'm going to keep saying forward. And as you can see, it rendered correctly because now we have Google. So that lets us know that we have successfully configured our interception proxy correctly with our cert because we're able to intercept the traffic. Now, you may be wondering, why did we need to install the certificate? Well, for sites that have HTTPS and it's kind of small, I have my mouse over it. For sites that have HTTPS or HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol over TLS, that's what the S stands for. It adds an additional security layer. And so what that security layer does is it sends an encrypted channel, or tunnel. So meaning theoretically only myself and the server should be able to see the traffic that we send between each other. Well, without adding the certificate, if we want to intercept that traffic that has the encrypted communications, we can't, because the interception proxy is saying, hey, I'm trying to intercept this traffic, but I can't see it, right? Because it's a tunnel and I can't penetrate through. I can't get inside this tunnel. So you want me to intercept your traffic, but I can't because I can't get in. So what the certificate does is it provides, think of it as a door. So for the tunnel, it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to give you a door to enter the tunnel. And that's what the root certificate is. It's like, hey, I'm giving you this door, I have a key. I'm giving you a key. So think of the cert as a key. And I have this door. It's on the side of the tunnel. Use this key to unlock that door to get in the tunnel. So that's what the certificate is doing. The certificate is the key. And it's like, okay, there's a secret door that no one knows about except for me and you, the interception proxy. I'm giving you this key, this root certificate. Go to that door. This key will unlock it. So, and we were able to prove it because we were able to render Google successfully. So if I did not have this certificate, this page would not render. We will receive, and we saw that earlier where it was like, hey, this page isn't working. So that's a way to show, oh, okay, our cert is working. We successfully installed and configured our certificate properly. So now, let's just say you're done and you're like, okay, I don't want to intercept any more traffic. Well, you can just press the intercept button and now the intercept is off, which means I can go to a different site and it's not intercepting. So it's pretty much like we're using the internet like we normally would. It's not intercepting traffic. Now, if we wanted to intercept this traffic, we will press the button again to turn the intercept on and then click on the images, and you will notice we now have a request. We can forward it, and now we have successfully gone to the images page is what we've done. Now, I should give a caveat. You should not be going around intercepting pages or websites that you have no authorization of doing, because that is illegal. So let me preface that now. I don't want it to be you're like, oh, I want to try this with all of the things. I have this set up. I'm going to go to Twitter. I'm going to go to Instagram. I'm going to go to a bank, right, and say, I'm going to start intercepting traffic because the Fluffy 007 showed me and I can do this and it's going to be great. Well, pump your brakes. You can only do this if you have authorization to do so. Meaning, if you do not have authorization and you do this and you get caught, you will go to jail and possibly prison, depending on what you do. So I want to put that caveat out there of, If you do not have written authorization, and I prefer written because oral, someone saying something, they can always feign amnesia. So I would prefer written authorization. If you do not have that, do not go around intercepting random websites traffic. Do not do that unless you have strict authorization to do so. So that is the end of this video, the part 2 of setting up our interception proxy. Oh, one more thing. So let's just say you're done, right? And when you're done testing, you need to go back to settings and you need to go back to the Wi-Fi. Okay, if we will open, you need to go back to the Wi-Fi, because remember, we're doing a manual proxy and we need to change that back to no proxy. We change it back to no proxy, and DHCP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, is a protocol where it dynamically picks your IP from a pool of IP addresses. So when you're done testing, it is very, very important you go back into your Wi-Fi settings and change your proxy back to none. Because if you do not do that, then it will always listen on this, in my case, 7000, but you can pick any port that you want. So to remove all of that, when you're done with testing, go back into your Wi-Fi settings, change the proxy to none, which would then change it back to DHCP, and then save. So that's the final step when you're done with testing. You have to do that. You have to do that. Because if you don't do that, you can run into a host of problems. And that is it. So again, if you have any questions, my handle is thefluffy007, THEFLUFFY007 on all social media platforms. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.